Good afternoon, friends and traders. I am Dan Hodgman. Welcome to the market recap. It is Tuesday, February 23rd. I hope you guys have all had a wonderful day. Excuse me. Markets were moving. A lot of action off the open. Nasdaq down 3.4, almost 3.5% right off the open. I was getting concerned there. I didn't like seeing that. There was some concern that maybe Jerome Powell was going to say things we didn't like. But we recovered. S&P was on track for 6 straight losing days in a row. That hasn't happened since October. And they turned positive. Same with Nasdaq. I know Nasdaq, last I was looking, was floating right at settlement price. We'll look here in just a bit. Dow recovered, reverses a 360-point loss, and ending the day higher. All because Jerome Powell easing that inflation fear. If you didn't get to catch him today, basically he's easing the fear on inflation. Basically said it's soft right now for the most part, and that the employment picture is really where we need to focus on. The pandemic has left a, as he said, significant imprint on inflation, and price pressures are not a threat now, and that's what he had to say. Take it or leave it. The markets were happy that it wasn't too much on inflation. Other news, Tiger Woods in a pretty severe car accident today. Looks like it was a single car accident, and he is in surgery right now after suffering multiple leg injuries. So if you're a big golf fan and you're a big Tiger Woods fan, keep him in your thoughts. My fingers are crossed that he makes it out of here okay. I've always been a big Tiger fan when it comes to golf. Sorry, the cough is still here. It has not left me, unfortunately. That's kind of the major news. That was kind of our news or market affecting stuff, not the Tiger Woods thing, but really Jerome Powell speaking today. But he's not done. He's back tomorrow. Coach Playbook was a good one today. We talked about stops. Didn't see any comments. I'm concerned for some reason when we do Coach's Playbook, it locks out my comments for people to comment. So if you guys were watching and you couldn't comment, please, or in the chat, I should say, please let me know. I thought I had it all figured out. It seemed to be working before I took my little week off, and now I'm back and it doesn't seem to be working. So if that's the case, let me know. Brian, good to see you. Sean, Bill, Murph, good to see you as well. Glad to be back. I appreciate that. Glad you liked Coach's Playbook today as well. Tanya, good to see you. Nick, did anyone listen to the chairman earlier? Yeah, that's kind of what we just touched on there. James, good to see you. Simon, and comments weren't working. Gosh, I don't know what it is. I go in and I just test it out and seems to be just fine. And weird. I wonder what it is. Book of Joe, good to see you as well. All right. Comments on the live chat I was saying on the Coach's Playbook. Not this one. Obviously, this one's working well. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Magnum, good to see you as well. I hope you're doing well as well. All right. Should we take a look at these markets here and see what we had going on? I'm still not real thrilled about crude oil working higher some more, filling the gas tanks, just getting more and more expensive. But here, this is what I wanted to point out. Yesterday, after we finished talking, we said, look, this market's trending higher. First area we want to keep an eye on, prior swing high. That's where we checked the overnight session, right where we opened up this morning. So this morning was really a pivotal location for some opportunity, and we're really going to want to keep an eye on. We're just going to keep it simple and call it $62. That's a price we're really going to want to keep an eye on. Plain and simple. 62 created opportunity the overnight session. We rallied through it. We broke down from it. Opened up this morning. We pushed lower. We came and checked. I'm going to call it yesterday's value area high. That's really where the volume took place. Value area high. We found some buyers there. Picked this thing right back up. Moved through settlement. And the chop was on all over the place. Eventually, it slowed down. It got back on track. Continued higher. And we came right back to our $62 mark. So that's going to be a pivotal location here for us to continue to keep an eye on. And I'll be honest with you, I hope it slows down. gas prices are skyrocketing. Next, S&P 500, and holy cats, what a move that one is. And I can't take responsibility for holy cats. It was an old boss of mine I worked for years, taught me that one. We opened up and tanked. It looked like things were not looking good. It looked like this thing was done. We broke below 38.58. We all know that one, weekly kickoff high. We broke below 38.58, and that was resistant all day. Good opportunity multiple times. We got 1, 2, and then the third time we finally tested 38.58 is when this thing catapulted. That's going to be the word I'm going to use here. Catapulted to the upside. 1 second here. Let me just adjust something. All right, here we go. So catapulted right to the upside, moved right through settlement, came and checked up to just shy of yesterday's regular trading hour swing high and the overnight high. Astronomical range here in the S&P 500. I'm sure a lot of short side traders got shaken out here this afternoon. This market was showing it wanted to move lower. But right here was our sign that said, nope. Not enough sellers here to extend lower, and we have to accept that the market conditions have changed. We are strictly for the rest of this afternoon, we moved higher. But here's where I'm going to be watching. We're still maintaining trend to the downside. Let's just slap a little visual perspective here. We are still maintaining trend to the downside. That's what we're going to be watching as the market approaches the high side of this range or this channel or this trend line. We're going to look for some opportunities as, hey, here's our strength in a downtrending market. That's the areas we want to look for some opportunity. Next, let's go ahead and look at Nasdaq, which Nasdaq's been the laggard. It's been struggling. We're seeing it across the board. It turned positive. It recovered some losses here today. Now it looks like it's come right back down. It's probably going to settle lower on the day, but nonetheless, huge recovery here in the Nasdaq, just like the S&P 500. A lot of the big tech still taking the hits. If I'm not mistaken, Tesla under $700 right now. So these markets are taking some serious hits over there in the big tech world. Next, we'll look at gold, which to me, a little bit of a shocker here. Seeing that sell-off, I would have expected gold to get a little bit more excitement to the upside. Not the case. Really not the case. Gold has been moving higher, but we've kind of fallen to a little bit of a range here. Utilizing yesterday's settlement price pretty much as the high side of today's range and breaking down. It came and checked once to yesterday's value area low, but for the most part, pretty sideways trade here. Kind of chop to the side. Good opportunity as this market approaches settlement. That's where our opportunity was. Look for opportunity as this market approached that settlement price, which was 1808.40, which was also happens to be yesterday's point of control. So some good opportunity as this market approached that area. That was going to be our big chances, and I'm going to be watching this overnight swing low. Guys, I talk about them all the time. I like overnight highs and lows. They create and give some good opportunity at those prices. So make sure you're always keeping an eye on those ones. I see your questions coming in here. I'll make sure to touch on those once we're done looking at our charts. Next, Euro, choppity chop. Sideways trade all day, but really it fell nicely into yesterday's value area high, right down to point of control. Never made it all the way down to yesterday's value area low, but we really fell nicely into yesterday's value area. So please, if you aren't looking at value areas, if you don't have them on your charts, put them on there. If you don't have them or you can't figure out how to use them, make sure you take a look at where they are at the end of each day when I'm on here or in the morning when Hogue is on here for the market forecast every day at 8 a.m. Central Time. And lastly, let's go ahead and look at the 10-year note. Pretty tight day. Not a lot here to say. Stayed within yesterday's value area really nicely. We're fading those extremes. That was our opportunity here today. All right, everybody. So those are our markets here today. See some questions coming in. I just want to touch on it all. Aaron, awesome day. Dan, love the Top Step program. We'll love to hear that, Aaron. Glad you're enjoying it. Brian, good to see you. Althea, hello, everyone. Can you swing trade in the trading combine? Absolutely. We have a swing trading combine specifically for swing trading. It is only micros that you can trade there. So you can check that one out. Oh, yep. Aaron's got that. Yeah, so the swing trading is a combine. It's a combine you can absolutely swing trade in. We also have Forex, which you can carry positions from Sunday till Friday, end of day. You have to be flat, not the 4:15. Flat time is 3:10 prior to 3:10 Central Time. So at 3:10:00, you should have already been flat. Once you hit that 3:10, it's a rule violation. We want you flat prior to 3:10 Central Time. Any questions that you can find those rules right on our website. Up at the top right corner, I think it says Help Center, so go check that one out. Yep, swing trading is on the micros. Deg, good to see you. And Alex, how do you set up volume profile on the charts? If you're using TS Trader, we can quickly show you that one really quick. Pretty simple. Let me just we'll get rid of yesterday's here. Select remove. All you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here to drawing tools. You're gonna select volume profile. Select the times that you want to drop it on. Equities open up here at 8:30 a.m. And we'll run it until when they close. Whoops, right here we go. And simple as that. All right. You can set an alert reminder for closing. Yes, you can. A lot of platforms have those alerts on there. Yeah, Murph, definitely knew you were using the Eastern time there. For simplicity's sake, for congruency's sake, I keep everything in Central when I'm talking about stuff with Top Step. That's what we have that's what we base all of our stuff off, is Central Standard Time. So time here in Chicago, that's what we like to, that's the times that we use. So you'll hear me say it whenever I say a time. I always follow, 8 a.m. Central Time. Awesome. Magnum, 1,300 away from the premium account. Almost done with the 50K Pro account. Way to go, Magnum. Love hearing that. Super excited for you. Let's touch base. Would love to see how things are going for you. So I'll reach out to you one of these days, and we'll see if we can touch base. Yeah, there's so many alerts in there, Alethea. Althea, excuse me. There's so many alerts in there. You can set all sorts of things. So just kind of get in there and mess around with it. Thanks, Book It Joe. I appreciate that. I spent all day. I have not stopped talking, so maybe that's a benefit. That's helped me out. It's been a long, long day. I'm ready to slow things down. All right, let me just check one thing here. We're all good there. All right. So we touched on news, touched on what Jerome Powell talked about. Again, don't forget Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time. Also tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Time, new home sales, crude number, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. And that's going to be the main of what's going on tomorrow. Tesla, like I said, below 700, $698. VIX 23. GameStop still getting a little choppy here, $45 a share. Airbnb, we're still in the money there, $187. Remember we bought that one at $143. But Bitcoin took another little tumble here today. 48,000 a coin. 48,000 a coin. I know it was brought up yesterday. Do we sell? Locking our profits on Bitcoin that we bought back at 34,515. I said let me know, so leave it in the chat here, and we can dump it if we want to lock in. We'll lock it in at 48,000. That'd be a $13,500 profit right now where it stands. All right. Lastly, this date in history. Not a whole lot here today, but one I think is worth looking at. On this day, February 23rd, 1945, the United States raised the flag on Iwo Jima. That happened to be a battalion of Marines 3rd Platoon, 2nd Battalion, 28th Regiment of the 5th Marines, on the crest of Mount Suribachi. I fortunately, a few years ago, I guess it was more than a few, it was about 7 years ago, I was selected to be one of the 500 Marines in the year of 2013 to get to go to climb Mount Suribachi while I was stationed in Japan. So that was pretty amazing. That was such a cool experience. Not many people get to go out and check out the black sand beaches there and get to experience that. So that was one of my greatest experiences of my life. Tanya wants to sell it. Everyone else agree, or are we holding? Need more than one. You're not going to believe it. Went through both combines and about to go through the pro account from a cell phone while running a skid steer. Magnum Madness doesn't even do it justice. That's insanity. Impressive. Because I know I've driven plenty of skid steers. You need both hands there. And your feet are going. All right, we got one saying sell, one saying hold. We're gonna need some more people going through it. Day, good to see you. And Magnum, that's extremely impressive. I'll tell you what. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to take a vote before we get into charts or everything. We got another hold it. We got another hold. All right. We're holding it. Tanya, we're not trailing stops here. We're not trailing stops. Co-watch coach's playbook. All in, all out. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to sign out of here. John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. Until then, stay safe. Wash your hands. Trade smart and trade well. I look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody. All right, I see this one. Bulldozer saying, sell it if it breaks 4,500. It's a pretty tight area. All right.